We are live from Washington, D.C. with exclusive coverage of the 2024 United States presidential debates. First up on the agenda is the topic of jobs. Senator Thomas, what is your plan to support the American public?
If America votes for me, I'm going to increase taxes on the ultra-wealthy, along with propose a $1 billion spending plan to bring back jobs to America. We need to spend money to solve the jobless crisis in America that is plaguing our economy and our country.
Vice President McGuire, same question.
This proves that this administration has no idea what they're doing. Are you saying the jobless issue in this country is not a big deal? I can't imagine a worse use of taxpayer money than spending $1 billion into bringing back Steve Jobs. Need I remind you, Steve Jobs invented the iPhone. Maybe he's got a couple of really good ideas on how we can create jobs and get our country back on track. See, what our country needs is strong leaders to propose initiatives that will benefit the American people, unlike these proposals from my opponent over here that are a waste of taxpayer money, like reopening our borders. For as long as I've ever known, our country has depended on our borders, and it is what has made us great. We need to invest our money into reopening borders. I hope my fellow Americans can see that my opponent is clearly behind the times. With all the technological breakthroughs we made in the last 20 years, there is no need to invest our money into reopening borders bookstores, okay? We have tablets, audiobooks. It's not the same. You can't compare the experience of reading a physical book that is in your hands with that of an ebook or a Kindle. When you find a quote that you like, you can put a physical bookmark there or even a sticky note, but you can't do the same on a Kindle, okay? Our founding fathers didn't read on a Kindle, and neither will I. Borders went bankrupt in 2011. Obviously, it was a failing business model.
Thank you, Senator. We have to move on to the next topic.
I still firmly believe that we need to build a wall. My opponent over here clearly doesn't understand that the immigration problems in our country will not be solved by building a wall. This makes perfect sense. At our southern border, we're gonna build a wall of Walmarts. So when immigrants are looking across through the southern border into the United States, they'll find themselves in a Walmart and get distracted by all the low prices before they realize there's no way through.
Vice President McGuire, we really have to move on to the next topic. But first, a message from our sponsors.
I was heartbroken when I lost both my grandparents. The only bright side was knowing that they were no longer in pain, and that they left me a sweet mansion. But when I went to the reading of the will, the government said I had to pay an estate tax. Why would they do this? I was told that I could do my own taxes, but if I didn't do them right, I'd go to prison. So I had to pay someone. How is that legal? Have you or someone you know been taken advantage by the United States government? Then call me, Kane, attorney at law. I'm the lawyer that gets stuff done. So if you want to see results, you call me. And I am so confident in my abilities that you don't pay unless I do work. That's right. That's why I've gotten to win some of the biggest cases in United States history, but don't take it from me. A couple days after New Year's, I was arrested for trespassing and disorderly conduct. But then I thought, wait, the Capitol is a government building, so I was on public property. So I called Kane, and he laughed. Like, he laughed a lot. But then I realized, he's right. That was really silly. And I know that now. Thanks, Kane. So what are you waiting for? Get the best legal representation against the United States government that your money can get you and call Kane, attorney at law.
We're back from the break with our two frontrunners for the United States presidency. Senator Thomas, your campaign proposes a $400 million spending plan on space R&D research. Why should Americans vote for you?
Our administration is committed to understanding space and answering one of life's greatest questions. Should we increase social distancing from 6 feet to 10 feet? If you vote for my opponent, Thomas, this will be another failure. Just like when they said they would forgive all of student loans, they lied to the American people.
Vice President McGuire, you have been a vocal critic of the space program. How would you propose to spend that money?
Instead, my administration would use that $400 million to pay reparations to minorities whose backs were broken in building this country. I'm talking, of course, about prostitutes. They've been working the oldest profession known to man, and without their selflessness, putting their lives on the line, we would not be the superpower we are today. They put themselves at risk so our leaders could stay on track and make America great.
Senator Thomas, a rebuttal?
In this moment, I am truly speechless and cannot possibly comprehend how I didn't think of that first. Which is why we want to give every prostitute $25,000 so they can get both health and dental insurance.
And that brings the first night of the United States presidential debate to a close. We thank you for tuning in on 123 News.